Dominica, are you ready? Are you ready for something unique in Dominica's history? Coming to you live from the nation stations at DBS, I'm Dennis Augustine. This is the Ansanm Podcast. Today we're taking a break from the usual where we talk about tech-fueled progress, working together. Ansanm, as you know, means together in Creole, and we believe in connecting people to make positive change here in Dominica, throughout the Caribbean, and right around the world. And right now we're going to take that attitude from the virtual world to the real world. I am so blessed today to have with me in the studio the coaches and founders of an organization called Nature Island Fight Academy. Aside from my work here on DBS and what I do with technology right around the region, I also am an executive director of an organization called Feed My Sheep. That's FMS Dominica, fmsdominica.org in Maho. It's something that my mother and father, the late Pastor Samuel and Lena Augustine, founded back in the 80s, along with Maho Gospel Tabernacle at the foot of Campbell Road in Maho. It's a large building there. Some of you might have seen it if you're heading up to Belfast or coming down from Campbell, right up from the credit union there. Well, my mother has passed, and we're taking the reins, and we've decided we're going to focus on making some good things happen. And to make good things happen, you need good people. And I've managed to find myself a few good ones. Well, first of all, when I was here, I noticed I was getting a little bit, well, had been over a year since I had been really focused on the gym and working out and all of that kind of stuff. So I was getting a little soft, and I had to correct that. And I heard this fella, Brian, was doing some coaching. And so in MMA, in kickboxing. And I'd done that some years back, and I wanted to pick it back up again because it's a wonderful way to get your cardio going and to get fit and also to have some fun. And I also discovered a few years ago that I kind of like to hit things and to hit people. And I don't mind being hit either. And but so I decided to pick that back up, and I hooked up with Brian and discovered he also had a few colleagues that did other forms of martial arts, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, grappling, conditioning, strength work. And I thought to myself, what a wonderful thing. It was great for me personally, and I believe it's going to be something wonderful for the youth and adults in Dominica as well. So we linked up some time back, and with me in the studio are Brian, Sammy, and Laron from the Nature Island Fight Academy. And without any further ado, I'm going to start off with my man Brian, because he's the one I met first. I want you guys, let's go around the room, gentlemen, and introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about, where you're from, why you find yourself in Dominica, what's your background in martial arts and otherwise.
Okay, first of all, can you hear me?
Yeah,
right.
Very well.
So if I go too fast, slow me down. Obviously, you can tell by my accent I'm English. So I was born in the UK, but my parents are both from Dominica. Mother was from Boetica, father was from Lapland. From a very young age, I always felt there was an affinity with Dominica. I was actually sent here when I was young by my parents. Started first school here, and then left here before my 5th birthday. Having said that, I always felt I needed to be back. So back in 2020, I came back and was going backwards and forwards, but I've now made Dominica my home, my place where I live, where I have my friends, where I have my family, I have my colleagues. My history through martial arts is I've been a kickboxer for over 30 years. I've trained to become a world champion, multiple British champion. But having said that, I've also gone into coaching, teaching, because I found that I was fortunate to be in a lucky place where I had the right coach, the right mentor, a guy called Adrian Bedlow. From a kickboxing club called Fujao 9 Limbs. So shout out to Fujao.
Right.
So he taught me how to be a great person as well as being a good kickboxer. And I wanted to sort of move that on and help people. So that's what I'm here for now. I'm passionate about kickboxing. I'm passionate about training. I've always been doing something from a very young age. And although the photo shows that I'm probably about 80 years of age, I'm not yet anyway. So so that's it really. So that's me.
Well, you could blame you. I'll blame our AI friends for that, Brian. You know,
Okay.
Brian gave me a very good shot of both of him, Sammy, and Laurent, and I had our AI friends put together a composite, and it aged the gentleman a little bit more.
Yeah, just a little.
But you can see if you're live on Facebook or on YouTube, you can see that they are pleasantly much better looking and younger than the composite. While AI tends to do it the other way, they tend to make people look better than they usually are. It actually we're going the other way in this case.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but Brian, Brian also he fails to mention, because I guess he's typically humble as many of the best martial artists are. I have in my notes here, Brian, that you're a third Dan double world and British champion kickboxer. 30 years in the what is, first of all, what the hell is a Dan?
Okay, so when most people start kickboxing or martial arts, they get graded. So the grades start from like a white belt, and you get up to, most people want to attain a black belt, which is more or less the first Dan. So that's the first, I suppose, the rung on the ladder where you actually start learning more. So when you're doing that journey, you become a black belt, and that's when you actually know the basics.
That's interesting, because like black belt is just like you're competent now.
Yeah, so you know all the techniques, you know how to construct movement, you know how to do the combinations, you know how to do a horse dance for half an hour, not 5 minutes. But that's when the journey begins, and you actually then learn about yourself, and at that point that's where you can actually become a coach and be quite proficient at coaching. There is a saying that people use, which is those who can't teach, and I hope that I can, and I hope that I can teach as well. So you get a first Dan, second Dan, third Dan. When you get to fifth Dan, then you're deemed to be a master.
Okay.
And then when you get to 10th Dan, you're a grandmaster. So those people who reach that accolade are not just proficient in their martial arts; they know stuff.
Yeah.
You see those Chinese guys in the films where they can jump up 50 foot in the air and hold that position. They're 10th Dan.
Yeah. And I love those movies. That probably inspired me back in the day to even take up some of this stuff. That and watching people like my father was a Muhammad Ali fan, and so watching fighters like Ali and those that really inspired me back in the day as well. I want to go right in order, actually, on your screen, to someone who's a young man who's married to a cousin of mine.
Young man.
His name is Sammy. Sammy, introduce yourself to the people.
Thank you for having us, Dennis. Can you hear me correctly?
Yes, we hear you well. We hear this lovely. I hear this lovely French accent, which I'm very jealous about.
What was the
It sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. I think I need to add, a little bit of a French accent to my.
Exactly, English.
Anyway, French English. Oh my God, you guys a double. It's a double one. There you go. All right.
So, thank you for that. I'm Samé Francis Épée. That's my name. I'm an entrepreneur. I grew up in France. I was born in Paris. And I meet my wife, as you say, in Dominica. Since then, you have 2 sons. And I love martial art. I practice since I'm 6 years old, but not all my life. I stopped sometime, then I get back to it again. I mostly did MMA. So MMA is mixed martial art. It's it's fighting on standing and also on the ground. And that's all. I think that's a good beginning.
Yeah, MMA is perhaps has been one of the hottest sports. I think we saw boxing was my father's age, and that kind of went into decline, I think, over the years. But MMA started to take off ever since the UFC and the 1 days and everything else. And we'll get a little bit into why what we're doing is not quite. We're not looking for the UFC drama necessarily here, but MMA certainly is an amazing thing to get into. And this is the guy that the next up is a fellow that they said they wanted to do most of the talking, but I'm going to pick on Brian and Sammy anyway.
Thank you.
But apparently the brains of the operation. He nods, yes. Man named Laurent. Laurent,
Hi.
welcome.
I'm Laurent. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, sorry?
Yes, sir.
So I'm Laurent Winter. If you haven't guessed as well, born and raised in London, England, with Brian. Not with Brian.
No, yeah, I was going to
Brian,
say.
yeah.
I'm not your father.
Yeah, definitely not. And I've been competing. I was competing taekwondo from a very young age, from about 8 years old, and then I took a break from that. I actually remember the day when my dad, shout out to my dad, my real dad, he took me to a football. I had a football tournament and a taekwondo tournament on the same day, and he just looked me in the face and said, "Look, you're gonna have to choose. You can't do both forever, you know." And I chose football, and I was playing football for a while. But always in the background, I had a passion for martial arts. And at 17, I started doing a local kickboxing in a local fitness gym. And then I was told about MMA, which was like you say, one of the fastest growing sports at the moment.
Yeah.
And then I found a MMA gym called London Shoot Fighters, which just sort of changed my life from there. I found Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in there, and was competing all over Europe and other sides of the world as well, competing in Brazil also as well. But it's and that's pretty much what I have to say to myself about myself for now.
Right
Yeah.
on. Well,
Man,
gentlemen,
a few
welcome.
Man, a few words.
Yeah, for the moment.
Oh, yeah. We'll tease a few more words out of it. You know? Well, when it comes to this is actually I like this kind of setup right now, because when Brian trains me, on a couple times a week, it's his element, and I'm going to get my butt worked off, and I got to humble myself. But now this is my this is my area right here.
We're in your domain.
That's right. Now you're in. Now I have you.
Next training with this?
But
Soon, Tuesday.
Monday.
Yeah,
Oh
payback
my
is
gosh. Oh. Yeah. So Monday we do a couple different sessions, Brian and I. Monday is strength and conditioning day. It's what I call getting my butt kicked day, right? So
Yeah.
I really enjoy Thursdays, and then when I get to do technique and box and spar a little bit more. That's a lot of fun,
Yeah.
but you have to pay. You have to pay for it on Mondays. You got to get
That's right.
yeah, because it's not all technique. You have to have some muscle and quickness and strength as
Absolutely.
well.
Yeah.
And well, folks, I'm going to encourage you as we get into it with these gentlemen. I'm going to give. I don't normally do the phone lines on the Ansanm Podcast. Normally, I invite you to join the virtual Zoom studio, but today we're live in studio at DBS, and so you can actually call in. So if you're interested in the NIFA at FMS, MMA, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, strength conditioning, etc. program, and that's going to be starting in September. We're starting on September 8th and September 10th with a couple of sessions. These are free sessions for you to come and see what it's about. You can go to fmsdominica.org to register for that, to register for an information session, which we'll have on Tuesday the 26th. At 6 p.m. on Zoom, so that parents, young people, for yourselves, if you want to learn more and talk to the coaches individually. But if you wanted to ask them some questions tonight, you can do so by calling the lines locally at 1-800-327, internationally at 307-329744. Or locally at 448, that's here in Dominica, 448-3281, 448-3279. And I'll encourage you to do that soon while my man Dean is in the studio to rescue me from this board of buttons that I'm faced with. But, how did you guys, first of all, link up? You're all from different places in the world, and I'm not even going to get into why Dominica, because to me, why Dominica is obvious. It's just, so beautiful. The life here is just
Yeah.
right. The people are wonderful.
The best.
It's the best. It's
Yeah.
just so amazing. And so, if you wanted to big up Dominica, 'cause
Oh, yeah,
all of
definitely.
us, all of us with our foreign accents here.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
four of us. We've made it home on purpose. Right.
Absolutely.
So, talk to me a little bit. Actually, get about why you chose Dominica, but also how you found each other. And how did you get into it with each other?
Yeah,
And
so
why?
like Dominica first. I don't know. I mean, with me, I'm sorry, I didn't say that also as well. That my mother's Dominican, my father's Jamaican. So I have the heritage in me of Dominica. And my grandfather, me and him was very close, and he sadly passed away a few years ago, and left me as a home in Fortney. And so my first initial plan was like to go down and spend a month or a couple months maybe maximum, and just try and see what the scene is, get things in order of what there is, you know what I mean, just educate myself, you know. I mean, I've been to Dominica many times before, but in a different kind of more of a holiday setting, you know what I mean? And I ended up, I think the first time I was meant to be a couple months, and then ended up being like 8 months. So I was staying in Dominica. And I think it was just because of the people. The people are, you know, in the right mindset. They're the most the kindest people that I've found. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to travel, and you don't find people like Dominicans anywhere else. You know, it's they are very loving. They will stop their whole day to help you go and find a store or find something you're looking for, or and the community here is one of the. I'm a very people person, so I love how the community here is very village vibes, very you know, everybody knows everybody, you know, everybody knows where everybody lives, and you know, and stuff, which is a beautiful thing. And then I met Brian. I was how did I meet you, Brian? Was it just High Rise?
Don't remember.
No, I'm sorry, man. Don't take it like that. It's just I'm just we've been through so much that
I
you know.
I
It's like
thought it'd be
there's so
at the
much to
forefront of
remember.
your mind. So yeah, we met at High Rise.
It was High Rise, yeah.
It was High Rise. It was a mutual friend introduced me to Laurent to myself, because she knew both of us, and we both were English, had English accents, and we both were martial artists. So she thought, marriage makes in heaven. So we got talking, found out we had another mutual friend who's
We took a
very
picture.
big
Yeah.
in martial arts,
Yeah.
in MMA. A name drop, MVP,
Yeah, Michael Page. Yes. So,
Okay.
so that was the link there between the two of us.
Yeah.
And as you can tell, Laurent was very easy to get on with.
yeah.
thank you.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
And then a few months later, Semi came to me, saw me in town. I had my boxing gloves on my backpack, and came over. We talked about martial arts. We arranged to meet up a few days later, and again got on like a house on fire. I hope people understand what that is. But
in a good way, yeah.
we got on really well, and we were talking about training together, because, as Semi said, he does MMA. I'm a stand-up fighter, so he wanted to learn that from me, and the plan was that the three of us would train together. So obviously I introduced Laurent to Semi, and as you can see, the dynamics is there.
Yeah.
The three of us got on really well. So we started training together on Monday mornings early, doing kickboxing and boxing, and then Wednesdays we used to do grappling. So I don't do grappling.
You were just doing it at first.
Yeah, just to train.
In the park, yeah.
In the park.
because you're into martial arts,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
don't
So-
want to lose it. You want to
Exactly.
improve.
For me, I don't do MMA, so I'm learning off these guys now.
Yeah.
Laurent is very much smaller than me,
Thank you.
and if he gets me on the floor, that's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, tap out.
Yeah.
And I think probably some of your viewers and listeners will probably remember there was a post on Dominica Breaking News. Probably a year
Oh
ago.
yeah.
There was a video of two men rolling around the grass, and it was like,
God, is
what's going on here?
Yeah.
And you can imagine the comments. Most of them were not very positive.
Yeah.
Right.
Luckily, I was there, but I was resting, so it was actually these two.
Yeah.
But it was, it kind of gave us, I suppose, as people became more aware of us doing that. And so since then, from that, we then developed the idea of actually clubbing together.
Yeah.
We've all got different skill sets. We've all got different personalities to a certain extent,
Yeah.
or different age groups. And so the idea is to actually blend the three together and do what we do and bring what we can to Dominica.
Yeah.
Because we're all passionate martial artists.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, well, Brian, I mean, like and Sammy, you can kind of jive on that as well, but maybe you want to as well tell us the difference between, because you mean Brian is focused on kickboxing and striking and kicking and punching and stuff like that, and Sammy and Laurent, I mean, your speciality is more of this grappling,
Yes.
jiu-jitsu, and explain to us a little bit of the difference and why it's important in a real world situation to have both of those things.
So what I can say is mixed martial art to me is like chess as highest level. Is you have to solve a lot of problem in a high pressure situation. So when it comes to a single discipline like boxing, you only focus on boxing part, in the part that you can eat in boxing. When it comes to the ground, you only focus on the ground. In MMA, is everything is possible. You have all the tools. So we need to have a lot of technique, and you need to understand, to have what we call fight IQ, to understand how the opponent will react, anticipate, play with him. So to answer your question, the difference, I think, the biggest difference is that is the amount of problem that you have to solve in MMA can be bigger, can be way more than only in kickboxing or only on the ground. To me, it's the main difference. It doesn't mean that kickboxing is less than MMA or jiu-jitsu is less than MMA, not at all. It's just different disciplines.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's the number of problems is higher.
And you say, I mean, that tactical kind of thinking. This is interesting to me as well, because it is a lot more, you say, fight IQ, which is intelligence, right? Intelligence quotient. And I think it's a lot more mental and tactical than people give it. People think, oh, this person's a fighter. Yeah, it's a dumb brute who beats people up.
No, far from it.
Yeah,
right?
no.
Far from it.
Talk to me a little bit about the mindset then that really makes the right kind of a successful martial artist, first of all, and how does that carry on and then help you in other places?
I think, as Brian said earlier, to become a good martial artist, you have to become a good person. It's the same. You have to looking to improve yourself. You have to be humble, and it's easy in martial art because you already find somebody stronger than you. He took the example of Laron. Jiu-Jitsu is a really good example to humble yourself, because Laron is about 60 kg, I'm about 80 kg. I never once submit Laron. Never.
Yeah.
Also, he's way more skilled than me when it comes to Jiu-Jitsu. So that's my excuses.
The fight IQ.
But when you meet people like that have less physique than you and they humble you, it make you have a certain perspective in life. You understand that you should respect everybody because you never know.
100%.
So at start, it was like that for me. Really understand that you have to humble yourself. And it's really helpful in life to understand that. As Mike Tyson say, everybody has a plan until
they get punched in the face. And that is also, as it is on the mat and as it is in the ring, so is it in the rest of our lives as well.
Yeah.
Right? How do you handle that adversity when the emotions are high? And one of the things that I have found in my life, right, is that when I've been doing, really, stiff competitive stuff, whether it's, the training here, or if I'm, I love basketball, and when I've been playing that competitively and I'd be able to get that, it really kind of makes me focus on reining in your emotions, staying in the moment, using your head when everybody else's emotions are really high. And aside from that humbling yourself, that one thing is so important. That's another thing that I've started to find in my own self as I've been interacting with the other men in Maho, right? And as I, when I was more out of shape and not so refreshed with what I was doing, versus like as I get more confident, I actually find myself at ease more with other men, and I think that has a great impact on how they relate to them.
So there's a misconception that people have regarding martial artists where you have to be angry,
Yeah.
to perform well.
Yeah.
No, that's further from the point. You have to be really actually chilled, mentally chilled, to be able to actually see what's happening, to assess what's happening, and to react accordingly. The best fighters tend to be the ones who are poker faced rather than
Yeah.
ones who are showing a lot of aggression. So that's one thing I've learned over the course of years.
You know, there's a time for aggression. I want to get you to comment on that. I'm going to repeat these numbers again one more time, so if the folks want to call in, they can. I know it's a little bit, it's getting later on after this the previous show, but 1-800-327 locally, internationally 305-432-9744. 305-432-9744, locally 448-3281, 448-3279. But you talked about aggression a second ago, Brian. What's the rightful place of violence in society? I would love to hear from you, gentlemen. Is there a place for violence in society?
Yes.
What is the role of a martial artist in situations where there is threats and violence? What should their response be? Talk to me a little bit about that.
First or?
Yeah, all together?
Okay, go on.
Okay, so violence. Yeah, as you say, I like that we put that as well. Like the violence in society itself, because there is a place for violence, and it's in essence really in essence of protection and in serving people rather than aggression or aggravated any sort of aggravated behavior. Obviously the police, even other emergency services as well have the capacity to use violence in the right place. But it's as I say, it's tricky because it's the difference is knowing when to use violence.
Right.
when there's always the option to walk away. That's always first to de-escalation. It's never violence isn't the first solution. It's always trying to calm whomever down and trying to allowing the opportunity for both people to walk away without anybody being touched, without anybody is but if that does occur, then there's levels of violence of applicable to what's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. I think the main word there is control.
Yes.
When it comes to violence, you have to control the violence. That's what you can learn in martial art. When you teach, and Brian will say that way better than me, we have to adapt to the level of the student, adapt the level of violence too. But as a martial artist, you do that also in life. If you have aggression, the first thing you want to do is avoid the problem, is run away. It's not being fair; it's just being in control.
Yes.
You don't need to prove anything. It doesn't worth it. People can die in the street for a stupid fight like
One
that.
punch.
So yes, violence is to protect people, and you have to. When you apply violence or when you do martial art, you have to go through violence. It's very difficult. It's not easy, especially when you go to high level. You go through a lot of pain. You understand what is real violence, and you understand that is really dangerous, and you don't need to apply that, especially on weak people or people weaker than you.
Yes.
So yeah, it's control and protection for us. We have a simple rule at NIFA, especially for children. If you fight outside the gym, don't come back. Don't come back.
Simple.
Yeah, and I think that you have to enforce these kinds of things because first of all, you don't want the misconception about what you're doing to be spreading there, and you don't want to encourage or arm the people who don't have the ability to control themselves with these sorts of tools, right? So absolutely, and that is something that let's talk a little bit about that. When to the people who are listening there, especially let's talk about parents. Now we're doing this program at NIFA at FMS for adults, but also for children and men, women, children, the elderly, everybody. There's something for everybody there. But how are we going to be confident that the children will be safe there? I mean, we're talking about things like violence and kicking and grappling and fighting, and I want to encourage my children not to fight, but I also want them to be safe, and I don't, so how do I kind of balance those two things? And what do you want to say to the concerned parents out there who are interested in it for their children, but might be concerned that they might get hurt? Or
Well, firstly, we are all parents ourselves,
okay,
so we can definitely understand people's misconceptions of martial arts and their fears about their children getting hurt. One thing I would say from the get-go is that children in particular wouldn't actually do any contact.
right,
So it'll be controlled techniques, or we'll be working on techniques first. They'll then gravitate to, from doing form, for instance, they then move on to hitting the pads. It's only when they've shown a certain degree of aptitude towards those techniques that we've shown them, but also aptitude to be able to be under control, listen to instruction, stop when they've been asked to stop, etc., etc.
yes,
That's when we'll then incorporate contact. But even that contact will be touch contact to begin with.
right,
We all, as Semi alluded to earlier, is that as martial artists, we always teach people to understand who they're fighting with,
right,
who they're sparring with.
yeah,
So, for instance, me as a black belt, if I was fighting somebody who was a lower belt than I was better that person. If I went out full contact, hit the person, kick the person.
and I appreciate that, Brian, personally.
Now you understand. What would I learn? Nothing.
Yeah.
What would you learn? Apart from learning that I'm a bully,
yeah,
you wouldn't learn anything else. So the thing is to actually really push the ethos that we have to be controlled,
yeah,
and they can learn certain techniques and learn combinations, etc., etc. But any sparring will be done under a controlled environment with the three of us or the two of us, whoever's there. The other thing about child safety is also making sure that the parents understand that we will all be sort of police checked,
yes,
especially in this day,
my goodness.
Situation
Oh,
where
my
things
God.
have happened recently. You don't know who your children. If you don't know who your children are training with, then there's a problem,
yeah,
right? So we need them to actually come in to meet us,
That's right.
Encourage
talk
them.
to us.
Yeah.
right,
They'll actually get an understanding of what we are, who we are, and what we'd like to do.
Yeah.
Our expectations from the children, if it's children, but our expectations from their parents as well.
right,
And also we'd get their expectations and would be aware of what they need, and obviously would hope the two things would marry.
yeah,
Okay, so once we have that and they understand that their children are safe, that's the first thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and being able to understand that the children are taught techniques, but as Semi mentioned earlier, is that the techniques that we teach you will be kept in the dojo
Yeah.
where we train,
Yeah.
not outside.
yeah. You're right, right.
So,
Yeah, it's not for this. It's not for the streets. It is for that competition. It is for that protection. And I follow a blogger, a podcaster rather, by the name of Scott Galloway. He talks a lot about the role of men in society.
Yeah.
And he has these 3 P's he talks about. They are to provide, procreate, and protect.
Yes.
Protect. And you have to ask yourself, and as I've been hanging out with the men on the Laku in Maho, I see this need that is natural need in us. I mean, whether it is like, the guys love to argue. They love to argue. If you pass by the domino hut under the mango tree in Maho, and them men are playing dominoes, okay, you will think that they might be within an inch of getting into it, but they're not.
Yeah.
They're not. They're just letting it out, right?
Yeah.
Because there's something in them that needs to be released, needs to
Yeah.
be expressed, and needs to be channeled in a productive way. And so they found dominoes for that. You can find different sorts of sports for that, but I think there's nothing quite like martial arts to
It's
help
it.
you get that out in a controlled sort of a
course.
way.
Yeah. Martial arts definitely is. I mean, one problem, as you say, with the men, is you say, I think there's a lot of men can feel pressured by society to, carry out these 3 Ps, and men don't talk. There's a whole ego and pride thing of where they end up bottling things up, and then if everything bottled up, eventually has to come out, and it comes out in all kinds of horrific, unnecessary ways.
Yeah.
And as I think that's definitely what martial arts has done for me, in a sense that I've not only just met people that have been amazing people to my life, like even my jiu-jitsu coach, Lewis Toster. He became one of my best friends. We traveled all over the world together. We opened a bar together in London. But he gave me that somebody kind of external, but some internal at the same time, and I could talk to about things that maybe I'd be embarrassed to talk to about.
Right.
To Brian or something.
Yeah.
To other friends. No, I talk to you about stuff. Yeah, but to other friends, me or family, it's another. So and the only thing is, as I say, it's a very apparent problem, and that's one of our objectives is to give that space for men to come and hit a bag, punch a bag, come and hit pads with us. Be up, Sammy. Sammy loves that. Sammy's got gas for days. He can go forever and ever and ever, and he loves it. So
for me, I'm a business guy. That's what I do for a living, and I have a lot of things in my mind. When we fight, you have to focus.
Clear it.
You cannot think about something else.
You gotta clear the mind.
Yeah, so it's a release for me.
Oh my gosh.
I love that so much.
It's relaxing.
Yeah, it's relaxing.
Yeah.
People will probably not understand how fighting can be relaxing, but it's a real release for me. It's a blessing to be able to fight. So, and I want just to get back quickly on the children.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about the effect that martial art has on the children. Yes, we want to make sure that the environment is safe for them, for the parent to be safe. We will do everything we can to make sure everybody is safe. But the effect you will see on your children is absolutely is beautiful.
Second to none.
It's really beautiful
in
terms of behavior, in terms of confidence, and I'm talking from experiences. Like it happened to me. Like literally. And I will put my son into martial art, of course, because I know that it will help them to become better men, greater person. When it comes to men's, as you say, there's a lot of pressure, and we don't talk. Right. Martial art allows us to talk with our fist.
Yeah,
talk with our fist.
Yes.
Giant feels
And we can have like a kind of brotherhood.
Yes.
Other men that that
goodness.
It's important. It's
oh
very
my
important.
God. It is so important. I think if we look at the world today, okay, and we trace so many of the problems in the world, we can trace so many of them to the ego of man. The unresolved conflict and egos of men. And that puts everybody else in a dangerous position. Right? So I think by doing these things, we create safer, more controlled, more compassionate, and by the way, compassionate, because I will say that, even amongst opponents in a martial arts setting, you'll see somebody knock somebody out and then show such compassion
mutual respect,
mutual respect and compassion for them, and 100%. Care for them right away. Right? Because it is that brotherhood. Right?
Some of my best friends in martial arts have actually hurt me.
Badly too.
We've mentioned children, we've mentioned men, but we haven't really touched on another group.
Women? What about the women? And what about how do women in your life feel about you doing it? And then and talk about martial arts for women in general. Like
well, from my point of view, one of the women in my life, my child, my daughter, is 34. She's a martial artist. She's a black belt, so she loves it.
Okay. And world champion too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Twice.
All right,
she started at a very young age as well. But and again, I can understand how other parents would feel trepidation when their children get involved with that, because Misha started at 5, and I'm in the sport and I'm sort of concerned, but there was no concerns about it once you got into it. The other woman in my life, Empress, shout out to Empress, she's actually in the health and wellness industry anyway, so she's very, very supportive and very understanding, and very useful for me, because after sparring with these guys, walk home like been hit by a bus. So I definitely need a massage or something to ease that pain. I'm blessed in that sense as well.
Absolutely. But I think we've mentioned already the unfortunate situations that were in the news more recently with regards to things happening to young ladies in particular. And so I think there's also an element of, let's equip our children to themselves feel safer, more confident.
Exactly. Yeah.
Talk to them about how to de-escalate. And I also, in conversations with you, you also had some other thoughts about other things that you would do beyond just the kicking and all the. What tell me about sort of the things on the periphery of the martial arts that you'll be focused on, and what is your plan for NIFA in terms of what you'll be focused on, what you'll be what's your vision for NIFA?
I just want to go back on the woman.
Yes, please.
Before answering this question. My wife, Kardisha, wonderful.
That's my
Thank you.
cousin.
Yeah.
Good genes. Good genes. Very good genes. Yeah.
Very happy. She's a really wonderful wife. She's really supportive when it comes to martial arts. She understands how it's a release for me. I try to push her to practice. She's not really into it, but eventually it will come. I hope so. And she take care of me when I'm hurt, so it's really useful. When I get back with injuries and stuff like that, I can count on her. So she's really supportive on that way. And she understands that because of the energy of our two sons, she understands how it can be useful for them also. Even just to release the energy. Yes. So she's really supportive when it comes to martial arts.
Very good.
I'll mention my woman as well. So before I get in trouble,
you better do that.
My Mrs. Maria, she's kind of new to the whole martial arts thing for me, really. But sitting there and watching jiu-jitsu videos and stuff, we love watching jiu-jitsu and stuff together, and she always asks about explaining certain positions and certain submission holds and stuff like that. And we do train together. Yeah.
Twist her up.
Oh yeah. But she twisted me up too. Stuff and it's we have some mats. We did have some mats there, and we just lay out in the living room and do a bit of grappling, and I'll explain to her, this is what happens thing, and she's like, oh. So it's fun. It's really, and as I say, it's I hope that women don't. I mean, that's very important for women as well. I mean, martial arts, just in just the sense of having the self-confidence of being able to protect yourself in certain situations, and it's I think it's really, and even extent I say as well that I've even trained with some women, especially in jiu-jitsu, jiu-jitsu is a very once you're on the ground, the kind of playing fields are quite leveled out. And I'll even say it live on that girls have beat me up. Do you know what I mean? And that is down to technique and and their own discipline. And actually sometimes women's martial art works out in a quite even more technical way, because they're usually compensating for strength and power. So you can get caught in little traps and stuff that.
Just touching on that. Sorry to interrupt, but what I would say from my experience. With training with women or training women, just generally, they tend to be more receptive to actually instruction than men do, because men tend to actually have some sort of preconceived idea that we can kick, we can punch because we're men. So they're less likely to take things on. Women are much more likely to actually take it on because they want to learn. Because it tends to be something they haven't done before, so they're like sponges.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's the first thing. It's if I mention on the road that we're doing a program, the first thing is some guys will say, "Oh yeah, well, if I was I'll do this to you."
That's what I'm saying. It's like
everybody's got this list, this litany of things.
That's it. It'll be over.
And they already think they know it all about that thing, and it really is. I mean, it is an art. There is such depth to it, that you can never stop learning. First of all, I mean, and what a workout! Shout out! So actually, right here, Empress shouts you out on Facebook. There, my man, Empress is listening. I believe this will be a great program for the community in Dominica, as well. And great intro by this tribe. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Great trio. So shout out to you there, to the NIFA tribe. Talk to me a little bit more about what's going to happen. What should folks expect when the program starts. Tell us what we're going to start off with. We're going to have this information
sent. NIFA vision and NIFA development.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
thank
yeah.
you, thank you so much, Sammy.
Smart guys.
I'm going to switch with Sammy.
Smart Attention to detail.
Yeah, I love it. Talk to me. Yeah, talk to me about the vision. What's the vision?
We want NIFA to become a big club in the Caribbean. We want to do that first for Dominica and then maybe for the rest of the Caribbean. We want to reach the level where we can pass grade for children.
Right.
You notice that when children they can pass grade, they're more focused, they have more dedication in martial art because there is progression and they can actually see the progression. They love that really. So it's really good for them. We will do also a program to allow community to test martial art. Probably some session outside, maybe at the beach, maybe in the botanical garden, what you did for people to come try. We want also the public force, like the policeman, the fireman, to join for free for them, totally for free for them. We want to help and participate in the community, and I think we can help that way.
Wow.
The goal for us is just to have as many people as we can have an impact in the community in Dominica.
My goodness, I'm just imagining the impact if members of the public, if you get people on the beaches in informal settings getting together, doing that, being like actually in contact with each other in a controlled way, involving the police. And I've reached out to members of the police force, and I'll extend an official invitation again. My man Blocker in Maho is listening, and I'll repeat that to the Maho folks as well, that we do want to see them here, because that interaction, that strengthens some bonds, man. That really can bind you together. I was in Maho not long ago when just up the hill, I guess it's Shimekoe kind of area, what they called it. I was sitting there chilling, having a nice time, and some young man ran down the hill and talked about somebody who had just came back to Dominica, who had got shot, who they murdered just that night. And I thought to myself, man, if that guy had been down there with the other guy in the domino hut, playing dominoes, arguing, letting it out in a positive way, maybe if they'd been in the gym together, maybe they'd been in the gym together or playing football together or whatever, that maybe would not have happened, because I know you, I'm connected to you. We're not on that level anymore, and that is such a positive thing for sure. And Sammy, I'm so glad you talked about that broader vision and the goals as well, because you're right, having something to shoot for. I want to get my belt. I want to increase in this. I want to be able to go to a gym in the UK and a dojo in the UK, and just I can go and train because I know some of the basics. That's what they do there. They do it here. They do it everywhere.
I would say there's jiu-jitsu competitions popping up over the Caribbean right now. New competitions, which is I really want to get a team. We want to get a team there maybe next year or so, and represent Dominica.
Right. Well, I mean, I had a commitment from somebody in the local administration who's mentioned they're sending this promo and then the program to the people over in the youth and sports departments as well. So, we want to make sure that they get involved. We want to make sure that the police certainly get involved. And then that island interaction.
The last thing I want to say for the youth that listening to the program is, if they don't know what to do in life, martial art can be a way. It's very difficult, it's long, you need a lot of discipline and focus, but you can make it in life through martial art too. It's very possible.
Not just to make it in the martial arts, but it equips you
in life. All the skills are transferable.
Oh my goodness.
You find that prospective employers will look at you as a martial artist and know that they can get what they'll definitely get is somebody who's controlled, somebody who's dedicated and disciplined. And so these three traits are quite important in life anyway. So you're literally on the first step to actually get something much more than martial arts.
And then you're building relationships with people from all kinds of things, right? Brian, like you were in finance, right? You're in finance. Sammy, you're an entrepreneur in so many different ways. Laurent, you're doing this security and others for the business. All of you have other other work that you do
Other
as
lives.
well, and
Skill sets.
other
Skill
lives
sets, yeah.
and networks and everything else. So you're also connecting with people with this broad network and skill set. You're building yourself. You're making yourself strong socially, physically,
That's it.
and dare I say spiritually as well, because that ability to control yourself is where that real inner
Yeah.
strength starts to come from. The
Exactly.
Stoics used to talk about that once a man conquers himself, he cannot be conquered.
Yeah.
True.
Right, and I think that's the truth. I mean, people
Yeah.
can do things to you, but that's that strength that comes from within.
Yeah, your
So
biggest
important.
opponent is yourself. In most walks of life, your biggest opponent is yourself. I mean, to get up and go to work, to get up and go to the gym, 8 o'clock Monday mornings and stuff.
So I'm getting beat up. But,
So all those going to the what happens is the mats don't lie. You know,
Yeah, true that,
you might miss training for a couple of weeks, and then you come into training, think that you're the same guy from 2 weeks ago.
Or you didn't do your workouts in between.
Yeah,
in between, and it
Yeah.
shows on the Mondays.
That's
You see it.
Yeah.
You get beasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to the mats and then everyone's walking over you. You know what I mean? And,
Laughing.
Yeah.
you know, and that's even with like just discipline in the way that you carry yourself through life. You know, like are you drinking enough throughout the day? Your diet. You know, by the time you get to the mat, you know your performance is all correlated to how how you live your life. You know,
Right.
and it does. You do want to you don't want to look like an idiot in the gym. So you tend to want to be fitter to when you go to the gym, that you can you're performing well and so
And that's another thing. I think there's nothing quite like that social pressure to help and encouragement
yeah
to help you actually follow through with it. I mean, I've signed up for so many people listening today have probably signed up for the gym and just
Don't
failed.
go.
Don't go.
yeah
Don't go. Right.
yeah.
Contemplate.
But
Yes, yeah.
but if you're going to see your friends, you're
Yeah.
going to go and play with
Yeah.
them, really,
That's
and your discipline will show, or your lack of discipline will show, and
Yeah.
you don't want to disappoint your tribe,
Exactly.
and so you
There's
put the
something
work
about-
in.
Sorry, there's something about training with a group of people.
Yeah.
And going through really extreme training
Yeah.
and sharing that experience. Like, for instance, the three of us were training for a competition. One of us might find it that we're struggling. The other two will actually encourage. We'll
Right.
pull them, we'll
Yeah.
drag them up. And I remember back in the day when we were squad training for martial arts, for kickboxing, and the squad would be going through hell on earth for a weekend. But once that weekend was done, it was that shared experience that literally bound you together. So even now, if I go back to England and I see these guys that I trained with, it was literally, remember that time we literally got beaten?
yeah.
And that stands you in good stead for many years ahead. So there is something about joining a martial arts club and just going through the process and going through the difficult times as well as
Yeah.
the easy times, and just knowing that we've shared that experience, and
Yeah.
there's that
Yeah.
brotherhood, sisterhood, familyhood, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Well,
100.
folks, hours passed very nicely. And I want to remind the folks again about if they want to call before we wrap up, it's 1-800-327. That's local. Internationally, 307-432-9744. Locally, 448-3281 and 448-3279. But let's get a little bit into some of the logistics of what's happening next and what folks can expect from you at NIFA, at FMS. How do they get in touch with you? How do they sign up? What happens in September?
Yeah.
Talk to us about it.
Okay, talk about the signing.
Okay. So we have a website, nifadominica.com. So you can visit the website. We can even book a call with the coach, us. In September, the 8th of September, we're starting the first session. We will have session for kids and session for adults. We will put on the website the final planning. We will have different group of age when it comes for the kids, and for the adult, I think we will separate men and women at the beginning. If I'm right now.
To begin with, we'll have a mix, but for the first 2 or 3 weeks, and then
Yeah,
depending
okay.
on numbers, then we'll expand it. Just touching on the children's classes, we had said we'll just do the one class initially, but I had a thought today because we're talking about the minimum age will have to be 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you have 5-year-olds up to say 18-year-olds, that's too much of a big
Difference,
group in age or difference. So what I was thinking is we'd probably have a smaller group for the children from 5 to 10.
Yes.
And from experience, children at that age, their sort of attention spans tend to be
a
a little bit
smaller.
small. So we'll do 30 minutes with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll do have a 10-minute, 15-minute break, and then have the 10s to say 16-year-olds for the second child's class. And then the other class would be a young adults plus. So that way you'd have like 17-year-olds upwards.
Yep.
And obviously, as Semi said, that the actual timetable would expand as the numbers expand. We'll have different age groups, but also we are starting with kickboxing.
Yep.
But the idea is that very, very soon afterwards we'll get into the realms of.
We're getting the mats. We're going to get some
and-
mats set up, and we'll
Waiting
get into the.
Waiting for the mats. As soon as you have the mats, we start the.
Yeah, actually,
the
it was wrestling in high school that that I started off with a little bit. But yeah, so get the mats. We're going to have some of that happening.
Yeah.
We'll have those classes, and as the numbers grow, we'll divide it up into other things.
Absolutely.
We're talking about the kickboxing. We're talking about the jiu-jitsu, grappling. Brian, you've been doing some strength and conditioning work. What other sorts of things will we be doing in the program?
I mean, going forward,
Self-defense.
Self-defense.
Self-defense for women, fight and fitness, or something like that. To
Fight
teach
and
women how
fitness.
to defend
Yeah.
themselves, and if they want to lose weight or if they want to be fit, we can help. You notice that for women, one of the main problems when they get in a bit older is to build muscle. They lose muscle a lot. So this type of exercise can help them to keep staying fit and muscular. Maybe also something for the elder people.
Yes.
That's where I come in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tai Chi or something like that to move correctly, to avoid the pain.
Yeah.
Not yet.
No,
This guy.
not
5
yet.
years time, I'll be doing it.
But yes, we want to do something for the old population, for all the people. So from the kids to the elder people.
Right on.
One thing I'd say, just touching on the training with the elder population, which I'll probably be in a few years' time, getting people to move, getting their cardiovascular fitness up and increased is something which is really important as you get older.
Yeah.
But also doing like weight bearing exercises because people risk falling and breaking bones. etc. because they're not actually doing body weight strength exercises. So that's something that I think we need to actually really incorporate as well, because we're all getting older and we're all living longer. So having the quality of life is really important as well.
Yeah.
So from our perspective, we're looking like from 5 years to 100 plus,
Right on.
male or female,
Yeah.
dogs or cats.
Yeah, well, we've been at the jiu-jitsu dog, didn't we, in the park?
Well, we're going to have some fun at the program, and folks, you can check out the nifadominica.com site for more information there. You can also go to fmsdominica.org /NIFA. There's also a hero page there and some sign-ups for the sessions that are starting on September the 8th and 10th. Right,
Exactly.
8th and 10th.
Tuesday and a Thursday.
Tuesday and the Thursday, and these are free sessions. We're inviting our for the introductory sessions as well. There's going to be an information session. So if you want more information, I'll start promoting that on the social channels as well, so that you can sign up for the Zoom information session and talk with these gentlemen about the details and how you're going to work with your kids, all that kind of questions. We'll answer those as well. Looking forward to having you all there. You can also go to FMS Dominica to help support the work that we're doing in Maho in general. So we're going to get some mats. We're going to get more equipment there to help do this program, feeding programs, and other things. If you have things like mats, heavy bags, punching bags, stuff like that, reach out, get in contact with us there, because everything's going to help. And if you are a business, a philanthropist who wants to sponsor some young people, older people, women, children to join the program as well, these are paid programs, but we're going to work with funders to be able to make sure that their spots, perhaps some subsidized spots, perhaps some free spots, and we really need your support to make this happen. I will tell you guys, I mean, and you've met a couple of them, Brian.
Yeah, there's one more I was
Go
going
ahead.
to mention. We will be looking at increase. We've got 2 ambassadors at the moment.
Yes.
Who will be spreading the word.
Yeah.
And for that, they will actually have like complimentary membership. So
Yeah.
shout out to Ty.
Yeah.
And shout out to Javid as well.
Yeah, well, I hope
I
to
met
listen.
them last week, and
Yeah.
2 really nice young guys. Strong.
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
But really, really nice guys.
Yeah.
So
And Brian, I mean, we were talking on the way here. Like, I shake hands with some brothers on the street here, okay? And man, Strong and Dominica.
yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
we have some athletes in
That's it.
Dominica.
Natural
Natural.
athletes,
I
yeah.
will tell you that. I mean, if you thought football or cricket was our sport, I think we are going to tear it up in MMA.
Yeah, yeah.
Dominicans are just naturally strong, up those hills, carrying things.
Yeah, yeah.
I did the Boiling Lake hike with my wife a few months back, and this group of around 6 young guys walked past us while I was almost dead, like it was nothing, carrying equipment on their way up the next mountain to work on the car, and that's the commute to work. Right?
Yeah, man.
Strong. Talk about a gas tank, right?
Yeah.
So I think we have such great potential. Ty and Javid showed that greatly, and if you are a disciplined young person who understands and needs this in your life, also reach out.
That's why
because-
it's very important what you
Yeah.
said, Denise. Very important. We have a lot of strong men in Dominica. We
Yeah.
have a lot of strong men in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
If they don't learn how to control their emotion, if they don't learn how to control themselves, it's dangerous for
It's
society.
very dangerous. Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
yes.
No, we've got strong, we've got hustlers, we've got creative, intelligent.
Yeah, yeah.
Creative, intelligent people need these kinds of positive outlets,
Yeah.
and I think that's what I'm so happy that we're doing here. You know, when we started this at started talking about this at Feed My Sheep, people were like, "Oh, that's a little odd thing to do," but actually, it really fits with the mission that we're trying to achieve, and that is physical, spiritual, and economic health for the people, and that's it ties all of those things together. So go to fmsdominica.org, check that out, and nifadominica.com to check that out. Support the program, to pre-register yourselves, ladies, men, women, children, parents. Register for yourselves.
Thank you.
wanna
Thank you
see
for
you there.
the board. I didn't say thank you. We didn't say thank you for the FMS board. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thank
Oh
you.
my goodness!
for the
Yeah,
very
partnership,
much.
FMS
Yeah,
board.
yeah.
Thank you very much. for
Really
the
appreciate it.
Really good
Shout
team.
out.
Great team.
Yeah,
Yes.
shout out to the Magistrate Augustus, Jennifer Loda, my sister Deborah, and the others who have shown that confidence in you, and you gentlemen have put together a fantastic proposal, and so we're really happy to support that, and so thankful to have you as part of the team and what we're trying to do at FMS to make some good things happen together. Ansanm, nous sommes is what we say over at Ansanm. We are one. And this is how we make good things happen together. Give me some parting words, gents, and any wishes that you have on the way out for the people, and we'll start to sign off.
You can come. It's free. For
Yeah,
the few first session, I think
Yeah.
3 or 4 sessions will be free, so you can come test. Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
We will not eat you.
Be
You will
nice,
learn
guys.
how to control yourself. You will
Yeah.
learn some fantastic technique.
Yeah.
You will learn how to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a woman. Because of the recent event, I think women need to
Yeah.
have interest in that, how to protect themselves, how
Yes,
to be
indeed.
aware of danger also.
Yes,
It's not
indeed.
only physical, it's also a lot of mental.
Yeah.
We learn to control, anticipate danger, take the right decision at the right time. All of that really important for women. So
Yeah.
that's all I have to say.
All right.
Sweet.
Any final words?
Just I mean, that was fun. I really enjoyed this. Thanks, Dennis, for hosting us and and spreading the word about the great things that we're doing. And just watch this space, I guess. And we've got lots to do, and it'll be done, man. It's
going to be fire. I am so excited, and I want to thank you because this has been a long journey for myself over the last year. Since my mother passed, lots of stresses. Thank you, Brian, for helping me relieve some of those stresses and focus on it and clear my mind a couple times a week. But the inspiration I get, especially when I talk to some of these young people about what's going to be happening there. They're so excited. Yeah. They're so excited, and I believe we're going to really make some. It's interesting. We have a population plan in Dominica. We want to get up to 100,000, and we need people to make children, right? All right, wonderful. But once you make children, you also have to start making men and women.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Out of them, and so how are you going to do that?
Yes,
that's
it.
That's
it takes a village. It's not just the parents on their own. It's it's everyone around.
And by the way, parents, if you have a child who has problems with discipline, this is a place where they're definitely going to get some.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to it. Thank you, gentlemen, so much. You are listening to the Ansanm Podcast. I am Dennis Augustine, your host. I hope some music is still playing, if I can figure it out. I don't know if it is.
Can sing.
No.
Cha-la-la-la-la.
Cha-la-la-la-la-la-la.
We'll leave that note out.
Well, I'm sorry that I did that.
Yeah.
Wait, did I get it right, Dean? I'm going to see if that's the line. That's the phone line. This is the computer right over here. There you go.
There it is. Good tunes.
Once again, I want to thank you for listening to Ansanm. We are the voice of the Caribbean when it comes to digital cooperation, Nous Sayon. I want to thank our sponsors at the Ansanm.org. That's the Caribbean Export Development Agency, IDB, CETA, the University of the West Indies, our infrastructure partners at Cloud Carib as well. Thank you so much for joining us, Sammy, LaRon, and my coach Brian. We're looking forward to NIFA at FMS. This is Dennis Augustine. Hope to talk to you again next week. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace.
As long as I've got you, na 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 yeah. Anything. Boy, I gotta tell you this. You got me falling down your precipice. I never expected it. Boy, you shocked me like you be it. I was thinking I'm a gangster girl. I never saw the man to tame the world, but you came and changed it up. And number one, cook for you, wash for you, make up your bed and clean your house for you, press your clothes for you, spend my money for you, accept your baby mother and your picnic too. Because when a girl loves a man, she should do everything to make him feel right. Him every wish I make a man. Hot girl become housewife. When a girl loves a man, she only happy if him alright. She all a change her style, but I know nothing if it feels right. Cook for you, wash for you, make up your bed and clean your house for you, press your clothes for you, spend my money for you, accept your baby mother and your picnic too. Cause I love you, baby, and I'll accept this real love that you brought me. You brought me. Said I love you, baby. Keep sending on this true love that you taught me. You taught me, and I will always send it back. Because when a girl loves a man, she Ladies, if you know you love your man and your man be loving you back, just say, oh. All my ladies, if you got a real man and he's putting it on you like that, just say, oh, 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 oh. Say, all my ladies, if you know you love your man, let me hear you say, oh. Cook for you, wash for you, make up your bed and clean your house for you, press your clothes for you, spend my money for you, accept your baby mother and your picnic too, because when a girl loves a man, she do everything for make him feel right. Him every wish I make a man, hot girl become housewife. When a girl loves a man, she only happy if him alright. She all a change her style, but I know nothing if it feels right. Oh, feels right. Yeah, yeah. I love you, baby. Yeah, yeah. They say a woman ain't supposed to do what I'm about to do, but you so fine, boo. Oh boy, I want you. I'm not supposed to do what I'm about to do, but I want you. Yo, baby, straight up right now, me I fit tell ya, me I go want you looking sexy in your jeans and your marina, turning me on now. Yeah, me woulda buy you if them put it on a shelf. If you have a girl, just keep it to yourself. She wrong fit, make you come out. Cause if you want my man, me lock you down in a me house. So can I take you home tonight? Can I take you home tonight? I'm coming on strong, boy, I hope you don't mind. Can't help myself cause you're looking so fine. So can I take you home tonight? Can I take you home tonight? Baby, what you drinking? Anything you like. Put away your money, it's on me tonight. Can't we leave this club right now? I can take you to my crib, baby, show you how I live. What you say, are you in? Are you down for some loving, boy, that's what I wanna give. You wanna lap dance steady, put on a costume, I'll let you take it off my body, yeah. I make you feel good, daddy, I know you're gonna like it, so baby, come with me, yeah. So can I take you home tonight? Can I take you home tonight? I'm coming on strong, boy, I hope you don't mind. Can't help myself cause you're looking so fine. So can I take you home tonight? Can I take you home tonight? Baby, what you drinking? Anything you like. Put away your money, it's on me tonight. I know me liking what me say. From way across the room, baby, me feel the chemistry. Me want feel the energy, so come closer to me. Me don't give you a clue, no make we solve the mystery. Come, no make we see. Come, no make we see. If you are all of that and if me are all of this. Usually me shy, but right now me I insist. Even if me have to take you away, baby, no resist. Come, no make we see. Come, no make we see. So can I take you home tonight? Can I take you home tonight? I'm coming on strong, boy, I hope you don't mind. Can't help myself cause you're looking so fine.